It is a nice sunny ass day outside, so I thought we'd do a quick review today, guys, as it is really nice and I want to get out there. So, we are looking at today the brand new RDA from Geekvape. We are looking at the brand new Loop RDA by Geekvape. So without further ado, guys, let's dive on down. We'll see what we get in the box. We'll give it a coil up, we'll wick it up, we'll juice it up, we'll come back up top, we'll give it a vape, and then we'll have our general thoughts. Let's do it. Okay guys, so let's take a look then at the brand new one from Geekvape, the Geekvape Loop RDA. So as you can see, guys, we have our RDA here sat at the top in all her glory, and we did go for the black and gold option. So moving around the box then, guys, so if we take a look at the top of the box, we have Loop RDA. At this side we have a Geekvape sticker as well as Geekvape wrote there. On the bottom we also have Loop RDA wrote there, and on the other side we do have the same Geekvape sticker and Geekvape wrote there. On the underside, guys, we do have Loop RDA wrote there, as well as a brief description of the RDA itself, and of course we do have our scratch and check authenticity at the bottom there. To get into the box, guys, it couldn't be more simpler. All we have to do is just lift up the lid and we are now able to get into our package. So underneath this little flap, guys, if we just lift this up, we are going to be met with a couple of goodies. The first little thing we are going to be met is with a wide bore 510 drip tip with two very nice chunky O-rings there at the base. Also in the box, guys, we are going to find a little bag of goodies. We are going to get our 3-ended screwdriver, we are going to get a 510 adapter, a very nice squonk pin, a couple of grub screws, and some O-rings and seals. If we take out the foam packaging itself, guys, if we just lift it up, we will find underneath our lovely user manual, which is very nicely illustrated and very easy to read, and does come in a whole host of multiple languages, so very nice. Also, guys, you're going to receive this lovely little black envelope, and if we just flip this open here, we'll see what we get inside of our lovely little black envelope. So inside our envelope then, guys, we are going to be met with our Geekvape card, which does have all our lovely colour options available. We do have the black, the stainless steel, the gold with black collar, and the black with a green collar, as well as their Facebook address and their Instagram address. Also, guys, you're going to be met with a little warning card, as well as our purchase information card there as well. So let's move on to the main piece then, which is our RDA. So let's do some sizes first then, guys. So not including the drip tip on this, so just from the top here all the way down, we are looking at 26mm, and the base, guys, is 24mm. Okay, so starting from the top then, guys, we do have a Ultim Geekvape drip tip, which is a full 810 goon style, as we do have our O-ring sat inside our collar there. We just get another 810 here. As you can see, she does fit on there very nicely. So moving a bit further down then, guys, we will see that we do have Loop engraved on this lovely little black collar here. Now the black collar is fully adjustable, as this is our airflow system. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 nice big air holes. Now as you can see, one is already covered and two are open. It's currently set in dual coil mode, but if you wanted to put a single coil in, you just move this over to your airflow, and the other two then would be locked off and you'd be left with just the one. Put it back to double coil there, guys, as we will be putting two coils in this in a little bit, but let's move a bit further on first. At the bottom, guys, we do have Loop wrote there at the top, as well as designed by Geekvape at the bottom, as well as our removable 510 pin. So we just put it on the little tab here then guys, so we can take off our top cap. And we'll have a little look here now. So in our top cap guys, we can see that she does dome right at the top there guys, which is going to give us some lovely flavour coming from this. We are going to get some lovely flavour thanks to that domed top cap. We also have two little notches within inside the top cap guys. We also have a little notch there and a little notch there. Now then, two little notches align with the two little notches that are on the deck, and once they are all in place, it locks into place and it allows us to adjust our airflow perfectly without the top cap moving about there. So guys, coiling this thing couldn't be simpler. We just simply get our coils and we put one coil here and one coil here. Now before I start coiling this up guys, I will say one thing. If you are thinking of using your flat wired coils, I suggest you find a different coil, because when you use this type of coil and you do put it in there, with them screws being the way they are, they do really jack up the coil, and it twists it in all shapes and ways that you really don't want to see. So for that reason guys, we are not using any fancy builds of any sort like that. But what I have found guys is if you do use round wired coils such as this fuse Clapton here, it will fit in like a dream, and she will coil very nicely. Now if you are fortunate enough to have one of these fantastic tools, coiling this is so easy, so easy. If you haven't, then I suggest you just trim your leads down a little bit at a time until you do get it spot on. But as we do have one of these lovely tools from Coily, we are going to be using this to whip these coils in. So to do that guys, all we have to do is we just need to measure our little post sections. So if we just measure the overall width from here to here, just this little section here, that will then give us the right depth that the coil needs to go into. So if we measure that little bit there, you will find that that is telling me that it is a 4. So if I stick my coil into there and give it a snip, like so, we will then be able to coil this up no problem. So if we unscrew this side and unscrew this side, and then we get our coil, we just feed it into our holes there. And then if we screw that side up and then this side up, and we just straighten out our coil a little bit, like so, you'll see that she does sit perfectly inside of our little coil bed type thing. So guys, I'm going to get the rest of this all coiled up and whipped up, and then we will juice it all up, and then we will go up top and we will give it a vape. So let's get the rest of this coiled up then. So we are back. We have now got it all juiced up guys, and she's ready to go. The juice we're using today guys is G1's Melon Noir. The review is up for this already. This is a fantastic juice, guys. You need to go and get yourself some of this. So we have got it all juiced up. We've got it sat on top of the Pico S. We've got it sat at 65 watts as normal. I'm just going to slot on the top cap here. There we go. Airflow wide open across the board. Yep. With our nice little 810 black drip tip there that we've just recently put on. Let's give it a vape. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. The airflow on this, guys, is really, really nice. It gives you that nice smooth vape. It's really nice. I mean, you don't even realise that you've even got an RDA on there. I mean, the airflow that comes through this is almost as good as a tank, to be fair. No, it is. It is as good as an RDA can possibly be. It's fantastic, that airflow. Let's have another vape. Yeah. The flavour on that, guys, is straight away. I mean, you'd expect that anyway with it being an RDA. And, you know, Geekvape know how to make a fantastic product anyway. So let's move on to the pros and the cons then, shall we, guys? The first pro of the day is the fact that it has a removable 810. And it is goon style. More companies need to do this. We now can customise our drip tip, which is fantastic. Anyone who already knows this channel will already know that I absolutely love being able to customise my drip tips, and I also like a good rebuild. So there's your first pro there, because we do have that lovely big fat O-ring at the top, so we can put any 810 on there. The next pro, guys, I have for this RDA is the airflow. I love this airflow collar. It's so much easier to adjust your airflow than, say, I don't know, let's say the Dead Rabbit. Like this. So we have our Dead Rabbit, guys, and you know, having to turn the top cap for our airflow it's kind of weak. Let's be honest, it's kind of weak. This, however, the way we can adjust our airflow with this lovely black collar is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I love that I don't have to mess around with the top cap, and it all stays nice and in place, which I do really, really like that. The next big pro I have for it, guys, is the design. I mean, look at it. Does that not look like the sexiest RDA you've ever seen in your life? I mean, the black and green version, guys. Oh, you want to see that? That is fantastic. That is a really sexy looking RDA. But this is no different. This is also a sexy looking RDA. Really, really happy with the overall looks of the RDA there, guys. I also like the build deck. Now, the build deck can confuse a few people with the way it is going in diagonally, but as I said, if you are very fortunate enough to own one of these fantastic little tools, it's not a problem. It is just not a problem. It doesn't even concern a problem. It doesn't make a problem. If anything, it's just like coiling up any other RDA out there. The next big pro, guys, I have is the nice big chunky double O-rings we have at the base, as well as this little pin cutout we have to stop the top cap from moving. I really, really like that. I like the whole idea how we can pop this on, it locks, we heard it lock, and she don't move. She doesn't move. The only time that will move is if we unscrew it or screw it back on. But other than that, that top cap does not move. Whereas if, for example, we brought out back the Dead Rabbit, which is basically a standard RDA, our top cap spins all the way around. All the way around. So if you have juice down there and we are trying to adjust our airflow, as you can see, guys, she ain't moving. We have to hold our top cap and then we have to move the airflow around. It's a lot more hassle than what it's worth, and you get this problem. So when you do get juice down the bottom on your O-rings, guys, and you try and take this damn thing back off, it struggles, and then eventually it does pop off. But as I said, guys, when she is all locked into place, she doesn't move. So that's also a massive, massive, massive pro. The overall flavour you receive from this RDA is right up there. It's right up there. It's Geekvape. I mean, you're going to expect the best. Well, you're going to get the best because it's Geekvape. Geekvape do know how to make a fantastic bit of kit, and this is no exception. The flavour's great, the airflow's great, the design is fantastic, it's very sexy looking, it's very sleek, it's very now. I like the overall 810s, how we can replace the 810s from the standard Ultim one that it does come with pre-installed. We can shove on any 810 that we fancy. I mean, we don't necessarily have to have a black drip tip on there, guys. We can have a 810 resin. We can just, there we go, there's another 810 that fits on there perfectly fine, and it doesn't fall out. So that's fantastic. So we do have a very nice selection there that we can use for our drip tips, so that's also fantastic. So we're going to have another little vape, guys, and then we are going to move on to the cons, and then I'll move on to where you can go and buy this lovely RDA for yourself. Absolutely gorgeous, guys. I mean, I've used this in drip mode, I've used this in squonk mode. The flavour is just the same. It's brilliant. The flavour you get is brilliant. It constantly wicks up really nicely in squonk mode. It's quite a rare thing to get a dry hit unless you're not really paying attention, to be fair, especially when you are in squonk mode. Dripping wise, as I said earlier, which I'll give you actually a quick show actually of this, of what I was referring to. So usually, guys, when we are dripping, we just drip all over our cotton and away we go. But with this, if we drip on that little triangle and we just drip down there on that little triangle, the triangle then will proportion the juice in equal amounts to both coils. So the coils are getting equal amounts of liquid, which is, I think that's a brilliant idea, especially if you're dripping. So yeah, that is a fantastic idea with that little triangle. So let's move on to our cons now, guys, and it's very, very simple. There bloody isn't any. I mean, it's Geekvape. It's very hard to find any sort of fault with a very good, successful mainstream manufacturer such as Geekvape. It's quite hard to find any faults. I suppose the only flaw that I do have with this RDA is the fact that we can't really use any flat wired coils or our big massive exotic builds. It's just not made for that, guys. It will bend and flex your coil in all sorts of positions that you just don't really want to get yourself into. Any sort of round coil will fit in here perfect, so you've got nothing to worry about really on that. So guys, if you want this for yourself, you can go and get this from eSig1. They currently have it in stock with all colours available for £23.99, and you know, for something that's less than £25, you get all this flavour and all this sexiness. Bargain in my book, guys. So head over to eSig1 and go and pick yourselves one up today. Alright guys, so I'm going to have one more vape. We're going to go into the cutscene, and straight after that we will move on to our giveaway draw for our lucky winner of the iStick Pico S, which has been sat on my side table here now, on my shelf, since we did the vlog. So very excited for the person there who's going to be winning that. Stay tuned after this cutscene and we will find out. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, guys, and why not subscribe for more, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll never miss out on our latest video. Until then, guys, I will catch you again in the next review. This is the moment you have all been waiting for. It is time to pick our winner. So as you can see, I have entered all your names into our giveaway draw there, and we are going to find out our winner. So without further ado, guys, let's pick our winner then, shall we? So let's click the button and we'll have our winner. And at the bottom of the list here, guys, we will find our winner, and it is Neil Standish. Congratulations, mate, on winning yourself a brand new iStick Pico S. So please, Neil, if you could message me, we'll get this kit sent out to you as soon as possible. And thanks again guys for everybody else who has entered into our giveaway, and I hope to be doing another one very soon. So until then guys, stay tuned on the channel and I'll see you all in the next one.